probably around 6 or 7. 6, 7.
7.
Jeez. Hi, my name is Inn. I play as phob in The Edge of Horizon.
Hi, my name is Ongsa and I play as Prince Tinagorn.
We hope you guys are ready to dive into The Edge of Horizon.
Now we're ready. Let's go.
All right, so we usually have a typical icebreaker question, but since we have already interviewed Ongsa before, we've changed it just a little bit. So this one is going to be, if you could each choose a superpower, what would you choose?
2 superpowers.
2, not 1, but 2.
Not 2.
Wow, interesting. For me, number 1, fly.
A fly. Oh.
Number 2, man,
Don't
this is
say
tough.
that. I would say. I think you're going to say what I.
No, hold on. I know what you were gonna say, so I'm not gonna choose that.
Thank you.
Okay, flight. This is tough. Hold on. Okay, laser eyes, maybe like Homelander. I don't know.
Homelander. All right.
For me, it's mind reading and mind controlling.
Ooh.
You're a villain.
With
He's
your-
a villain.
Yeah.
I gotta stop you now.
Please smile. This is what I just wanted to know.
Okay, he just told me
Wow.
what to do.
Yeah, that was total control.
That's crazy.
I feel like this is going to be the premise of the next series.
Maybe. Maybe.
That is so funny. I love it. Kind of villainous, though.
We didn't specify if they had to be good for evil. So, diving into our serious questions, we got to witness the realization of Phob's attraction in real time. Actually, this question is for Ongsa. For your character, when did he have his own realization? Because we didn't really get to see that. It was kind of a surprise that he knew exactly what was going on and was already there, ready to meet Phob on his level.
Well, I think for Tinagorn, he really knew when there was a woman that Phob's life. That is,
สายใจ
yeah, in episode 1, สายใจ that selling a dessert or something like that at school. I think that was the first time.
as a character.
Yeah,
That Kinnigan, first time ever that he
really
Actually-
knew that it's not just only.
they kind of got jealous, right?
Yeah,
Mm.
I could say that it's a jealous moment. That is not just like not friend anymore in that feeling in the heart. So it's the first time for me as a Tinagorn. Yeah.
Yeah, that totally makes sense because I feel like in that scene or in that time period, it was very much like that was the first moment and it seemed like your guys' characters' lives where you guys were actually maybe being pulled away from each other,
Right.
Yeah.
right? I can see that.
Good.
All right, so something that's really cool about this series is that I think it actually dives a little bit into some like societal reflections as well. So our second question is for Inn. Education is kind of often used as a tool to kind of promote equality and freedom in society. Do you feel like Phob's character, he's kind of disregarded his social status because he has gotten an education, or do you feel like he's kind of okay not thinking about his social status because of his feelings for Tin?
Ooh, that's a really good question. I think it's a little bit of both, but I think he's very determined. He also fights for his beliefs. I think he believes that everyone should be equal. I think he kind of questions himself that why should I be a servant? Why can't I love this guy? I love my prince. So I think it's a little bit of both. Very interesting though.
Why can't I love my prince? I
Yeah.
love this word. Okay.
I think he was born with it, his feeling for Prince Tinagorn. He doesn't need to define what it is. He's a guy who stays true to his feelings. I would put it that.
I love that about his character.
I'm wondering if I'm going to be questioning that about his character later.
We don't know.
Next one is for Ongsa. It seems like Tinagorn will be spending a lot of the story balancing out the expectation of him as a prince against following his own heart. Have you ever related to that feeling of wanting one thing while everyone else expects something else?
Well, actually, for me, there is no one who expects anything from me, but only myself who expect myself to be whatever I should be. So I actually understand the feeling of expectation. Can I say the impact of the feeling of the expectation things that I need to play as a Tinagorn in the series? Only this is enough for like being as what I say. And but in love with the expectation. I actually didn't have any experience about this thing.
Let me change the question slightly. Do you feel like, and I feel like this might be a weird question because when it's love, it kind of breaks rules, but it's almost like being selfish, following what your heart wants versus those own self expectations that you would have for your place in society?
Well, is it selfish for me? No, I don't think. Okay, if I could imagine, if I love somebody, if I need to balance my love with any expectations of others, I would say that I would stop loving that person for me. Because if it's too hard, maybe it's not mine.
Did you just come to this realization right now?
I told you that I believe in commitment.
But he believes in soulmates.
Yeah,
Mm.
Okay.
but it's too hard. Maybe it's not fit for us.
So when the timing isn't right, but
Yeah,
you love.
when the timing isn't right.
Yeah. Okay.
But if we are right in the future, maybe we can be with each other.
Together.
Yeah, we can be
Okay.
together.
Yeah. Kind of.
Okay. Kind of.
I feel like it's fun to kind of dive into some things like this, especially with a series like yours with this type of a premise, because it is kind of complicated. You have people who do actually have like societal obligations or things that they feel they should be responsible for, right? And so it's interesting to think of how to embody a character, like in modern day, to think about how to embody a character that's really torn between two paths, you know? Our next question, I am coming to you in. Pop's character is really turning from a servant's son to someone who's really chased his own ideals and his own beliefs and what he wants. So has any part of his journey kind of resonated with you in your life?
That's a really good question. It's how he fights for love. He has his beliefs, and he believes that you need to fight for something. That's his character. I think I really like that journey of him putting himself higher to get closer to him in order to destroy the walls that keep us apart, keep the two characters apart. You know, I think I love how he fights for love.
I love that too.
Me
Yeah,
three.
when I read that in the summary, like that was the thing that hooked me. It was like, because usually it's like, oh no, they have to fight to love each other while staying in their same society brackets. But this, I think, is like the first time I've heard about a character that actually fought to like raise his status
Yeah.
for the sake of love. What is a flaw, like this one's for both of you, what is a flaw that you think your characters are going to need to overcome throughout this series?
Tough question, but good question. I think sometimes Pop is not aware of his actions. Like he's not aware of the consequences that come after. He might hurt someone or destroy something that might be important later on. You know, he's just super locked in. Sometimes too locked in. Yeah, he's not aware of consequences of his actions.
For Tinagon, I think sometimes he hurted himself because he is such a person who understands everyone, and he tried to compromise every situation. As you know that I need to balance the love and my responsibilities, everything. But I would like to deal everything and would like to handle, not I, Tinagon. Yeah, to handle everything. So I think that sometimes it hurted himself. It hurted feeling too much. So I think this is a very big thing that he should overcome and being better, not better person, better like mental health or like
Happier.
being happier. Yeah.
Honestly, I can see so much of this reflected through your guys' acting for these characters. I think, the dynamic that your characters have is so interesting because you have someone who's willing to push forward through everything, and then you have another character that is held back by maybe the feeling of wanting to appease everyone or just feeling like that responsibility towards everyone. And I think that makes for a really like cool dynamic. But I also just wanted to add that even though there have only been 2 episodes that have come out so far, your guys' acting in this series has been incredible. I don't know how much you guys really see a lot of comments from inner fans and whatnot that come across, but whenever I'm seeing anything from this series and I'm seeing things come up, I just see people constantly talking about how amazing your guys' acting is in the scenes. So I feel like your guys' work is really translating. It's been a really great series so far.
Super happy to hear that because I think it's our priority to put a lot of effort into acting and expressing the characters' emotions and feeling the most that we can to make the audience feel every little detail details that we feel during the shoot. We're just super happy to hear that. Good feedback.
In this project, I think this is what I put all of my intentions that I could put in anything in my life right now. Really happy to hear what you guys just say.
The audience just watched only 2 episodes, and we got plenty.
Yeah, only 2. And at the end of each episode, I swear it's like people just feeling really upset that they have to wait another week. So
Let me tell you, we're just getting started.
We're just getting started.
It's gonna get more intense.
prepare my heart.
I don't want to spoil anything, but it's gonna
Actually, but okay, I cannot.
don't spoil it.
Maybe I want to do a new game instead where you have to spoil without spoiling.
Very interesting. Yeah, it's gonna be hard for him though.
It was
So
gonna be hard for me.
he can't lie. He doesn't like to lie.
Oh no.
This could be the only thing. Okay, I would with a blank face.
You gotta carry this game.
Yeah, be my hero.
That is so funny. Given how rigid society can be in historical settings, were there any scenes that you guys have done, I guess without spoiling, that really got to you guys on an emotional level? You know, thinking like, man, you know, in this time period with this going on.
I mean, this is not a spoiler. I think you guys might have seen. I think it's on the trailer.
Not a pilot.
The official
The official
trailer.
teaser. Okay.
I love that you guys read each other's minds. You don't have to say
You're
anything.
on the exact same page.
Yeah, mind control.
Mind
right?
control.
That is crazy.
Spoiling, so I need to spoil.
He's a villain. Don't use your powers now.
Okay.
Control yourself.
Control
Yeah,
myself.
control yourself.
I need to control myself right now. Okay.
You might have seen it in the trailer where Pulp was being hurt by Tinagon's dad, somewhere around here. Yeah, that scene was very emotional because that was actually the turning point of the whole series. Actually, no, don't think so. But it's where Pulp realized that he needs to do something in order to be in love with Tinagon. He needs to climb the ranks climb the ranks to be with him.
For me, same thing.
It's actually what happens after
the ending of
dad
episode
comes
2.
in.
Yeah.
I had a feeling because I know we're getting ready to go into a time skip from the preview for the next one. So I was like, oh no, it's coming.
There are going to be so many things happens after that
Right.
scene before he's coming back with another character. Maybe like
As a military.
as a military. Yeah.
So
But-
excited.
Waiting for this Saturday.
So many
We're
things going
to
on.
be-
It's a roller coaster ride.
Yeah.
We're never going to guess.
I am so ready to not be okay.
I can assure you, you're not going to be okay.
Thanks. Fantastic.
My Kleenex ready.
Yeah,
So, what is the most difficult thing about acting in a historical setting?
I think it's the mindset of the people in that era that you got to understand. And also the mindset of the society in there, in that era. You can't think like as modern people. You got to study and learn the history, and then you do the characterization to make it realistic, you know, to make like we're actually the people from in that era.
The hardest thing is to truly understand that era. Yeah, as he said, mindset is the most important thing. To play with believing the character, believing for whatever is going to happen, because the impact of any situations are so different of this generation for sure for me. So to believe for whatever is happened and believe that it's big enough to make it rise any like happens in these.
There are some things that are big deals in that era.
Yeah.
But maybe in today's world, it's not a big deal. So
Yeah.
you got to understand that the small things can make big impact. The character's feelings, and understand those things.
Like I think you guys might understand his mom, why she said like that, why she did that to her son.
Yeah, she was trying to protect him.
She was just trying to protect her son. You
Yeah.
know?
And the fact that she saw that coming from a mile away, too.
Yeah. This is
Good job, Mom.
She was always there, like on time, on cue. That's crazy.
I'm really interested to see about their relationship in the future too, him and his mom's after everything.
It's gonna be interesting for sure.
Okay, well, I will prepare my heart for whatever is to come since I can't predict anything. All right, so for this game, we are going to ask each of you to take turns telling us 3 different facts about things that happened or just facts about filming together. So 2 of these are going to need to be true and 1 is going to need to be false. And the 3 of us remaining are going to have to try to figure out which one is false. So who wants to go first?
You go first for me.
I go first.
Yeah, you go first.
There was one time that I showed up late on set. That's one. Number
Okay.
2, there was one scene that couldn't stop laughing, and we just stopped the shooting completely. That's 2. Number 3, this is hard. Hold on, let me think.
I'm gonna guess number 3 is the line.
No, hold on. Number 3 is I had a 2-hour nap during break.
I feel like somehow Ongsa is going to be able to guess this one.
My guess is the laughing one is the
I actually feel like I was leaning towards that too, just because the scenes have been so serious. I don't know where there would be room to laugh. We're going to go with the second one then. Okay, laughing on set that you had to stop filming.
Oh no, you guys.
What is she?
That's correct. Laughing.
I
Oh my god, you guys are good.
I say that he is acting just like thinking the third one for you guys to like.
Yeah, I was trying to.
He
Yeah,
is, he's thinking of
right.
something that is
Yeah,
fake.
that was my game plan. That was my game plan.
I mean, it almost worked.
I almost got you guys.
Yeah, we're sitting here. This series is way too serious and dramatic to be laughing so uncontrollably on that round.
All right, Ongsa, it's your turn.
But he's a terrible liar, so
Yeah.
easier. Should be easier.
First one is there were so many times that I were locked in and too stressed in the set.
Like too locked in, too
Like,
focused.
Too focused.
Okay, that's one.
First one.
Okay.
The second one is I gained my weight 2 kilograms during filming.
That's so specific.
And the last one is I slept more than 20 times during this project.
Like during breaks?
During break, yeah. You know the answer?
I think I do.
Do you guys think you know?
How good was the food served on set?
I would say better.
Okay, you didn't gain 2 kilograms then. Okay.
Probably around 6 or 7. 6, 7.
7.
Or 2.
Jeez.
I can imagine number 1 being true because I can imagine you being very focused.
I feel like if Inn is taking 2-hour naps, I could believe Ongsa taking 20 naps, possibly.
Yeah, that's a good train of thought.
I think Ongsa was the type to do like little lies. Like it wasn't 20 times, it was just 12 times.
Would you do that to us?
I'm going to go with the nap one.
I'm going to go with the 2 kilogram one. Do a different one.
Ooh, okay. Interesting.
So the answer, way more than 20 times, is
I knew it.
maybe only 5 or 6 times but
I knew it.
22 kilograms is true. My weight is 62 right now, but in the first it's 60.
Wow, I guess the food was pretty good then.
With so many fruits, so many desserts. 5 or 6 times, but PN is more than like 100. Because if I could throw up my phone, there's maybe 500 pictures of him sleeping.
I love to nap. That's why.
With your pillow.
Sometimes he's just being too locked in that too stressed.
Too stressed.
On set.
Intention. There's no need.
Do a good job.
And then stress eat.
That's where the 2 kilograms came from. To close out this interview, we have been asking you guys hard-hitting questions this whole time. And so now it is your turn to ask us a question in our reverse Q&A. Anything you want to ask, it can be either directed to us or it can be a question that you direct to fans to answer in the comments.
Do you guys have any favorite scenes from so far from the 2 episodes?
I would say my favorite scene so far was actually in the last episode when both of your characters went to, honestly, I'm so sorry, I don't know what to call it, if it's like a restaurant or a club where they go to eat together and there's music.
Like a bar. Yeah.
Bar, yeah.
Okay. When your characters both had gone there, and it was at the time that Pulp was kind of giving Tin the silent treatment, right? Wasn't talking to him. But I feel like what was really neat about that scene is that a lot of the other characters were interacting, but you both had to kind of portray the tension between your characters back and forth. And I just felt like it was really well done. I really liked how, even though there was a lot of this other stuff going on, the attention was so easy to focus on your characters because of just your body language and how you acted out what you were feeling without saying anything. I just thought that that scene felt really special because you guys weren't really saying a lot, but you were just emoting a lot. So I thought it was really good. I like that scene.
Thank you.
It was so funny because I had to smack the table.
Everything goes off.
Yeah, everything was down, like the snacks and everything.
That could have been the laughing scene. That could have been the one where you had to like stop the filming because everyone was laughing.
Yeah.
For me, it was like,
It was one scene. For me, it was actually the scene where we see Pulp coming into the realization about his attraction and just like all the different emotions that you were going through during that time. And then like, yeah, that entire scene just completely sucked me in. It was so good. You did such a good job.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Do we also have a lot of fans in the US?
You are gaining a lot of fans in the US, yes.
Wow. series.
Yeah.
I think some or many people notice our series,
Gaining.
right? Gaining our feedbacks. Yeah, just like if you could tell us anything that.
I feel like US fans are more on Instagram and TikTok and
Right.
not so much on Twitter as much. I think more Asian fans seem to exist on Twitter, and the American crowd is, yeah.
But it's been really neat because I see a lot of edits of the series come out and they have such high engagement, and everyone in the comments just talks about how good the scenes are between you two and how talented you guys are. So I feel like there's a lot of interfan audiences right now that are really, really liking the show and really, really liking you guys for sure.
Thank you.
Happy to hear. Happy to hear.
We start maybe more and more with this thing.
Yeah, it's
in
just
the future.
It's only just 2 episodes to come out.
No, we knew this was going to be good. Thank you, Inn and Ongsa, so much for joining us today.
Thank you for
And
having us.
True.
Thank you for having us.
to everyone watching, if you have not already started watching The Edge of Horizon, what are you doing with your life? You can catch it internationally on Gaga Ooh La La every Saturday. If you are watching this interview and not yet subscribed to Anchill Media, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below and drop a comment sharing your love for Inn and Ongsa. We will see you guys next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
See you
See
guys. Thank you
y'all.
for having us.